Yeah, well, I was a guy that, you know, I think it's very much a destiny for me to play Batman in many ways, because I had these toys as a child, like Action Man. I think there was one toy, Mark Strong, I think it was called, and he had this sort of karate sort of arm and that you could press and all. So I loved all that action element of the toys, but then I know the Adam West series wasn't. That was a sort of a camp and kitsch. Still loved it, but it was the other shows that I loved, like The Incredible Hulk. These kind of things where I knew Lou Ferrigno, like I did Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I got, even though I wasn't bodybuilding to that level, I was interested in that culture. So Frank Zane was one of my heroes, one of the sort of the slimmer guys, but I think he was beating Arnie in competitions initially, and then Arnie upped his game, and with Joe Weider and whatever, he got to the point where he took the titles then. But I was interested in all that world, and so to have the Batman costume, even though they were, if you like, it was a muscle suit, it still needed to be projected, because you can have someone who puts that on, but if they don't hold themselves right, then it just looks awful. It doesn't project. It's like anything. So that to me was like, wow, this is invincible. I've got this suit on, the cowl, it all fits so snug and right, but I can move because I'm supple.
Yes.
And it doesn't restrict me because I've done all the stretching. I used to stretch before class, and you were supple anyway. You could do the splits and various things. And so it never felt like there was a limitation there. But I think that's just it, that the costume, just from a visual aspect, looks so incredible, because, there'll always be, opinions on Returns and 89. But for me, 89 is the true suit, because it was very much modeled on the Grecian, sculptures and how the physique was. So it's pure how the muscles are, for those beautiful